Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما. So we were doing Surah Al-Ma'arij, and we are resuming after 3 months, 1 month of Ramadan and several other issues. Inshallah, we'll continue from where we left off. We did 7 verses of Ma'arij. سأل سائل بعذاب واقع. So this is Surah number 70. Surah number 70. سأل سائل بعذاب واقع. A supplicant asked for punishment bound to happen, right? A questioner asked about the يوم القيامة. للكافرين ليس له دافع. To the disbelievers of it, there is no preventer. من الله ذي المعارج, which is from Allah, owner of the ways of ascent. And we talked about the ways of say 3 months ago. تعرج الملائكة والروح إليه في يوم كان مقداره 50,000 سنة. The angels and the spirit will ascend to him during a day, the extent of which is 50,000 years. So they ascend, the angels ascend, and the extent is 50,000 years. فَاصْبِرْ صَبْرًا جَمِيلًا, so be patient with gracious patience. إِنَّهُمْ يَرَوْنَهُ بَعِيدًا, indeed they see it as distance. وَنَرَاهُ قَرِيبًا, and we see it as near. Right? What they see, the day of judgment. That's what we did in the last class. Today we will do from there, inshallah, from verse number 8. Right? From verse number 8. How many verses are there in the surah? There are 44 verses in the surah, inshallah ta'ala, from verse number 8. Okay, let's begin. Bismillah. So the next section is from verse number 8 to 18. يوم تكون السماء كالمهل وتكون الجبال كالإعن. The day that sky will be like al-muhl. And what is muhl? Muhl is like molten copper. وتكون الجبال كالإعن. And why is it feminine? Because sama is feminine and jibal is plural. غير عقل plural is treated as feminine. كالإعن. إعن is wool. They'll be like wool. ولا يسأل حميم حميما. No friend will ask of any other friend. So friends will not be friends on that day. يبصرونهم يود المجرم لو يفتدي من عذاب يومئذ ببنيه. And though they shall be made to see one another, so the friends will be able to see one another. يود المجرم, the criminal would desire to ransom himself. لو يفتدي به عذاب يومئذ ببنيه, from the punishment of that day by his children. وصاحبته وأخيه, and his wife and his brother. وفصيلته التي تؤويه, and his fasila who sheltered him. What is fasila? His nearest kindred, his nearest relatives. وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا ثُمَّ يُنْجِيهِ, and all that are in the earth, so that it might save him. So he'll try to ransom everyone else. He won't care if anyone is his father, his mother, and everyone go into Jahannam. He wants to save himself. كَلَّا إِنَّهَا لَظَى, by no means, well, it shall be a fire of hell. إِنَّهَا لَظَى, a flame of hell. لَظَى نَزَّعَةً لِلشَّوَى. Naza'a, removing. Naza'a is to remove. So naza'a, this is mubalagha. Fa'al. Fa'ala. So naza'a lishawa, remover of the skin of the head. Na'udhu billah. Right? Skin of the head. Shawa. Tad'u man adbara wa tawalla. Calling all such as turn their backs and turn away their faces. Tad'u, it invites he who turned his back on truth and went away from obedience. So this fire will be calling everyone who turned away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Come, come. This is what you deserve. وَجَمَعَ فَعَوْعَ, and collect wealth. So this guy, he collected wealth and أَوْعَ, he hoarded it. He hid it from spending it. He hoarded it and this thing did not spend it. Okay, let's see on these verses today. Verses 8 to 18. أهوال يوم القيامة, terrors of the day of judgment. يقول تعالى العذاب واقع بالكافرين. Allah says that the torment will befall, واقع will befall the disbelievers. يَوْمَ تَكُونُ السَّمَاءُ كَالْمُهْلِ. So this surah is all about the day of judgment. Ma'arij. Allah says, يَوْمَ تَكُونُ السَّمَاءُ كَالْمُهْلِ. So Allah is describing that day and saying, the day that the sky will be like al-muhl. Muhl. What is muhl? قال ابن عباس ومجاهد وعطاء وسعيد بن جبير وعكرمة والسدي وغير واحد أي كدردي الزيت. كدردي الزيت. So Ibn Abbas, Mujahid, Ata, Sa'id ibn Jubayr, Ikrimah, Suddi, others have all said like the residue of oil. Mol means something which is residue of oil which is left. Here Sahih International have translated as molten copper or murky oil. Murky oil. Yeah. So muhl is murky oil. So the day will be red, the sky will be red on that day. وَتَكُونُ الْجِبَالُ كَالْإِحْنِ. And the mountains will be like fluffed wool. إِحْن. إِحْن is what? أي كالصوف المنفوش. Allah says in various places the mountains will be like wool on that day. They'll fly away. قاله مجاهد وقتادة والسدي وهذه الآية كقوله تعالى وتكون الجبال كالإحن المنفوش. In Qari'ah and various surah, Allah described the mountains, they'll be like wool and they'll fly away. وقوله تعالى ولا يسأل حميم حميما يبصرونهم. Allah says concerning Allah's statement ولا يسأل حميم حميما يبصرونهم, and no friend will ask a friend. Right? Sala yasalu, ask. So Hamim is the file, Hamim about another friend. So that they shall be made to see one another. Yubassarunahum. Yubassarunahum. So Hamim, there are several meanings of Hamim, by the way. One, Hamim is boiling water. Remember in the Quran, 20 times it has come as boiling water. And also, not 20 times. I mean, it's like mixed. More time it has come as boiling water. Another meaning is a close friend, right? Close friend. So boiling water, intimate friend. Intimate friend has come like 3 or 4 times as intimate friend and 16 times as boiling water. Yahmum is also used in what is this? Waqi'. Yahmum, black smoke, same root word, same root letters. So Hamim, only 4 times in the Quran means best friend. Another 16 times Hamim means boiling water. So don't get confused. Hamim is similar. Hamim. And what is this? Yubassarunahum. So this is Bassara Yubassiru, form 2. To see each other. Bassara Yubassiru, form 2. And then you make it passive. Yubassiru, Yubassaru. And then Yubassiruna, you make it passive again. Yubassaruna. Yubassaruna passive. Yubassarunahum, they will be made to see each other. The root letters are Ba, Sad, and Ra. Ba, Sad, and Ra. Yubassar. Form 2 has been used only once in this. Or Fa'ala form has been used only once here. They'll be made to see each other. Yubassarunahum. أي لا يسأل القريب قريبه عن حاله وهو يراه في أسوأ الأحوال. Meaning no close friend will ask his close friend about his condition. Right? Like you won't say, oh, how are you and all that. You won't do that. While he sees him in the worst of conditions. Right? He might see his friend in the worst of conditions. Na'udhu billah. Like his best friend, and you see him, oh, he's going to hellfire, na'udhu billah, or something. You won't ask about him. You're worried about nafsi. فَتَشْغَلُهُ نَفْسُهُ عَنْ غَيْرِهِ. قال العوفي عن ابن عباس يعرف بعضهم بعضا ويتعارفون بينهم ثم يفر بعضهم من بعض بعد ذلك يقول الله تعالى لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغنيه. He will be worried about himself. He said, nafsi, myself, and will not be able to think of others. You'll be so busy about yourself because you want yourself to be safe from Jahannam. Al-Awfi report from Ibn Abbas. So Ibn Abbas explaining this verse said, some of them will know others. Oh, he'll see, oh, this is my friend, and they'll be acquainted with each other. They'll get to know each other, right? Then they will flee from each other. They will run away from each other. I mean, as Allah says, لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ. Every man that day will have يومئذ, that day, شأن يغني, a matter which will make him careless of others. أغنى يغني, he'll not worry about others at all. يغني لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغني. He'll be very busy. He'll be very busy thinking about in Surah Abasa, as Allah says. وهذه الآية الكريمة كقوله تعالى يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم واخشوا يوما لا يجزي والد عن ولده ولا مولود هو جاز عن والده شيئا إن وعد الله حق. Allah says in Surah Luqman, يا أيها الناس, O mankind, اتقوا ربكم, يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم, have taqwa of your Lord, واخشوا يوما, and fear the day, لا يجزي والد عن ولده, no father can avail anything for his son, right? So if your father, you have a son, you cannot help your son. ولا مولود هو جاز عن والده, not a son shall avail aught for his father. That means son cannot also help his father, right? May Allah protect our parents and children from Jahannam and ourselves also, of course. وَجَازٍ عَنْ وَالِهِ شَيْئًا إِنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ. Verily, the promise of Allah is true. And he also says in another surah, وَقَوْلِهِ تَعَالَى وَإِن تَدْعُ مُثْقَلَةٌ إِلَى حِمْلِهَا لَا يُحْمَلْ مِنْهُ شَيْءٌ وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى. Allah says, وَإِن تَدْعُ, and if one heavenly laden calls, إِن تَدْعُ مُثْقَلَةً, مُثْقَلَةً, heavily. So I am some person, not I am, some person has a big heavy, إِلَى حِمْلِهَا. So he'll call others to carry his load. Right? Take my sins or take whatever. لَا يُحْمَلْ مِنْهُ شَيْءٍ. Himl is the burden. So if somebody has a lot of sins, he'll say, carry, take my one sin at least, or give me some good deeds. Mutkhala. So heavily laden one, the one who has a lot of burden, will call others to carry his load. So la yuhmal minhu shay, nothing of it will be lifted, even though walau kana dha khurba, even though he be near of kin, even though is his relative. So nobody will carry any other's burden. وقوله تعالى فإذا نفخ في الصور فلا أنساب بينهم يومئذ ولا يتساءلون. Surah Al-Mu'minun. And he says فإذا نفخ في الصور فلا أنساب بينهم يومئذ ولا يتساءلون. Then when the trumpet is blown, there will be no kinship among them that day, and nor will they ask of one another. فإذا نفخ في الصور فلا أنساب بينهم يومئذ. أنساب, there will be no relationship, أنساب, kinship, يومئذ ولا يتساءلون, and no one will ask each other. وقوله تعالى, various places Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk, your relatives won't help you. يوم يفر المرء من أخيه وأمه وأبيه وصاحبته وبنيه لكل امرئ منهم يومئذ شأن يغنيه. Abasa, as Allah says, at that day shall a man flee from his brother and from his mother and his father, وصاحبته وبنيه, and from his wife and his children. لكل امرئ, for every man that day shall have enough to make him careless of others. He'll be so busy, he'll be caring about himself. وقوله تعالى يود المجرم لو يفتدي من عذاب يومئذ ببنيه وصاحبته وأخيه وفصيلته التي تؤويه ومن في الأرض جميعا ثم ينجيه كلا. So Allah says, continues in Surah Al-Ma'arij, يود المجرم. ود يود. ود. The verb is what? Wad. Yeah, wadda yawaddu. Wadda yawaddu. This is muda'af. Wadda yawaddu. Wadda. Wad means love. So mujrim will love. Mujrim will like, will wish. Law yaftadi. Iftada yaftadi is to give ransom. Form 8. Min adhabi yawmaidin bi banih. From the punishment of that day with his children. Sahiba is wife. Wa akhi, and his brother also. Brothers and sisters. Wa fasilati. Fasila is kindred. Fasila. وفصيلته التي تؤويه. Fasila has been used only once in the Quran as relatives. Only once it has come. التي تؤوي آوى يؤوي. This is from for آوى يؤوي, to protect. تؤوي feminine because فصيلة is feminine, no? فصيلته التي تؤوي. ومن في الأرض جميعا ثم ينجيه. ومن في الأرض جميعا, and whoever is on the earth, all of them, ثم ينجيه, then it could save him. Oh, yeah, ثم ينجيه, that it could save him. كلا, Allah says كلا. ثم ينجيه. ومن في الأرض ثم ينجيه. كلا أي لا يقبل منه فداء ولو جاء بأهل الأرض وبأعز ما يجده من المال ولو بملء الأرض ذهبا أو من ولده الذي كان في الدنيا هشاشة كبده يود يوم القيامة إذا رأى الأهوال أن يفتدي من عذاب به لا ولا يقبل منه. Means no ransom will be accepted from him, even if he brought all of the people of the earth. Right? Take all of the people of the earth, put me into heaven. It won't be accepted. And the greatest wealth that he could find, right? I'll find all the gold, or even if it was enough gold to fill the entire earth, I'll just pay and get off. Right? Fine. No fines that day. Even the child that he had, who was dearer to him than the last beat of his heart, your dearest child in the life of this world, he would wish to use the child as a ransom for himself. Right? He would want to save himself against the torment of Allah on the day of judgment when he sees the horrors. But it will not be accepted. However, even this child would not be accepted. Your child, your children, you would want to give them away. Right? I want to save myself. مجاهد قال مجاهد وسدي وفصيلته قبيلته وعشيرته. فصيلة means here قبيلة and his عشيرة, that is his tribe and his kin. عشير family, قبيلة. فقال إكرمة فخذه الذي هو منهم. وقال أشهب عن مالك فصيلته أمه. Ikrimah said this means a subdivision of his tribe that is from. So there's a tribe and there's a small tribe in that, right? Sub tribe. فخذه, فخذ, a sub tribe. Ashhab reported from Malik that he said Fasila is his mother. Fasila is his mother. So Imam Malik said Fasila means mother. Okay. So Allah says Kalla, never, never. This won't happen. Absolutely. That's called Rada. Right? You're rejecting the previous statement. وقوله تعالى إنها لظى كلا إنها لظى. Lava, flame of hell, lava. Lava has been used only once in the Quran, and it is here. Lava in Ma'arij. Lava has been only used one. Innaha lava. Kalla innaha, where it will be the fire of hell. Lava. Here he is describing hellfire and severity of its heat. Yasifun nara wa shiddata harriha. Nazza'atan lishawa. So lava means it will be so hot. So Allah is describing the fire, a flame. So first the temperature of the fire, lava. Then what will the fire do? Is it so hot? What will it do? Nazza'atan lishawa. It will nazza the shawa. So it will remove the shawa. So what is this nazza'at lishawa? Qala Ibn Abbas wa Mujahidun jildatul ra's. Shawa means jildatul ra's. And the skin of the head. It is the skin of the head. Ibn Abbas and Mujahid rahimahullah both said shawa means, shawa has been used how many times in the Quran? Nazza'at al-shawa. Shawa yashfi also means, by the way, to grill. Right? Shawaya, grill. Yashfi has been, the verb shawa yashfi has been used once in the Quran in Surah Al-Kahf. In Surah Al-Kahf, where is it? Kalmuhli yashwil wujuh. They will be relieved with a water like murky or bimai. Kalmuhli, muhl also came here, yashwil wujuh, which will scald, which will burn the faces, grill the faces. They'll be given water. But this shawa here is not a noun. This is not a verb. This is a noun. Only once in the Quran here. Skin of the head is called shawa. This is not the verb shawa. Nazza'at al-shawa. Nazza, remover. Nazza yanzaw. Nazza, no? The root letters noon, za, zai, and ain. Nazza yanziu, I think. Yeah, naza has been used to 10 times to remove. Naza, nazia, naziati. We saw, no, extracting the souls, nazia, naziati. So they'll be removing the skin of the heads. Na'udhu billah. Al-Hasan al-Basri and Thabit al-Bunani both said, Nazza'at al-Shawa, this means respectable parts of the face. Respectable parts of the respectable. أي نزعت لهامته ومكارم وجهه. This one قال ابن عباس ومجاهد جلدة الرأس وقال الحسن البصري وثابت البناني نزعت للشواء أي مكارم وجهه respectable مكارم وجهه. وقال قتادة نزاعة للشواء أي نزاعة لهامته ومكارم وجهه وخلقه وأطرافه. قتادة said نزاعة means removing his important organs, hamatihi, important organs, and the respectable parts of his face. Makarimi wajhihi, his creation and his limbs. So all these things will, the fire will remove. Na'udhu billahi min zalik. وقال الضحاك تبري اللحم والجلد عن العظم حتى لا تترك منه شيئا. نزاعة للشوا means what? This means will scrape the flesh. The flesh will be scraped and the skin of the bone until it leaves nothing of it remaining. Yeah, nothing of it. Then it is burned to the 3rd degree, 4th degree, whatever you can call it. فقوله نزاعة قوله تقطع عظامهم ثم تبدل جلودهم وخلقهم. وقال ابن زيد الشواء الآراب العظام. فقوله نزاعة قال تقطع عظامهم ثم تبدل جلودهم وخلقهم. Ibn Zayd said shawa is the marrow of the bones. Marrow of the bones. Ibn Zayd said it is not this thing, it is the marrow. You know, bones have the marrow, bone marrow. Ibn Zayd, it is cutting the bones. So the fire will come, burn, and the bones will be cut. Na'udhu billah. And the transformation of the skins and their form. So Allah will give again a new skin and a new bones and all that. So various opinions of what is nazza'at al-shawa. As Ibn Abbas said, radiallahu anhu, shawa means the jildur ras, the skin of the face. So the first temperature, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what will it do? It will burn the face and make the face, burn so much. Na'udhu billahi min zalik. وقوله تعالى تدعو من أدبر وتولى وجمع فأوعى. Why will this happen? So temperature and then this thing. What will it do? It will burn the face. Why is it? تدعو. Fire is calling. Who? من أدبر وتولى. أي تدعو النار إليها أبناءها الذين خلقهم الله لها وقدر لهم أنهم في الدار الدنيا يعملون عملها فتدعوهم يوم القيامة بلسان طلق ذلق ثم تلتقطهم من بين أهل المحشر كما يلتقط الطير الحبة وذلك أنهم كما قال الله عز وجل كانوا ممن أدبر وتولى أي كذب بقلبه وترك العمل بجوارحه وجمع فأوعى أي جمع المال بعده على بعد فأوعاه أي أوكاه ومنع حق الله منه من الواجب عليه في النفقات ومن إخراج الزكاة وقد ورد في الحديث لا توعي فيوعي الله عليك. Meaning what? تدعو من أدبر وتولى, calling all such. So the fire will be calling. تدعو, why is it feminine? Because النار is feminine, no? من أدبر وتولى. In the world, they turn their backs. أدبر is to turn their backs. وتولى, and turn away. And collected. What they collected? The mal, the money. فأوعى, and hid it. They just did not collect it and kept it out, give zakah or whatever. They collected and hid it, did not give zakah and sadaqah. Meaning the fire will call out to its children. Right? It will call whom Allah created for it. Allah created for it, determining that they will perform the deed deserving of it in the worldly life. Allah has already determined who will go to hellfire and who will go to heaven, right? Na'udhu billahi min dhalik. So it will call them on the day of judgment with an eloquent and articulate tongue. It will keep calling, come, come. then it will pick them out from the people of the gathering, just as birds pick seeds. So the Jahannam will pick them out. Right? How it will happen, Allahu Alam, he said it will pick, because Jahannam is not a place, it's a makhluk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who will speak, which will speak, right? Or who will speak, right? This is because they were, as Allah said, of those who turned their backs and turned away. Adbara wa tawalla. This means they denied with their hearts. Adbara, they turned, they denied with their heart and abandoned the performance of the deeds with their limbs. So the hearts also denied and the limbs also did not do any actions. وَجَمَعَ فَعُوَّ. Money is also important, right? So he denied this thing, Yawmul Qiyamah. And money, he collected and hid it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to punish a person for money also. And collected and hid it, meaning he gathered wealth, piling it up. Right? He made wealth so much and he concealed it. He hid it from people, meaning he hid it and refused to give the obligatory right of Allah that was due on it of spending and paying the zakah. Right? Give the zakah. It has been recorded in the hadith. The Prophet said, La tu'i fa yu'i Allahu alayk. Do not hold back your wealth, or else Allah will hold back from you. Allah will hold back from you. Awa yu'i is from 4. Awa has come twice. Hoarded. Yu'un. Another is in inshiqaq. Inshiqaq, Allah has used. We read the Wallahu a'lamu bima yu'un. Yu'un, awa, yu'i, and whom will be yu'una. And Allah is the most knowing of what they keep within themselves. Allah is Balil ladina kafaru yukadhibun, what they hid within themselves. So awa yu'i is to hide. Hide. Okay. Awa yu'i from 4. La tu'i. So awa yu'i, the amr will be la tu'ina and la tu'i for feminine. So the Prophet said to Aisha radhiyallahu anha, La tu'i fa yu'i Allahu alayki. Do not hold back your wealth, or else Allah will hold back from you. Allah will hold back that from you. So these were all the verses which we saw today, from verse number 8 to 18. Right? Verses number 8 to 18. Right, let's just see quickly. Verse number 8 to 18. What did you see today? يَوْمَ تَكُونُ السَّمَاءُ كَالْمُهْلِ. Allah is talking about the day of judgment, the day that sky will be like oil, right? Residue, oil residue. Muhl is oil residue, all molten copper. وَتَكُونُ الْجِبَالُ كَالْإِحْنِ. And the mountains will be like wool. وَلَا يَسْأَلُوا حَمِيمٌ حَمِيمًا. A friend will not ask of another friend. يُبَصَّرُونَهُمْ. They'll be made to see each other. يَوَدُّ الْمُجْرِمُ لَوْ يَفْتَدِي مِنْ عَذَابِ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِبَنِيهِ وَصَاحِبَتِهِ وَأَخِيهِ وَفَصِيلَتِهِ الَّتِي تُؤْوِي وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا ثُمَّ يُنْجِيهِ. A mujrim, the criminal, will wish to ransom himself by his children, by his wife, his brothers, his relatives, or everyone in the earth, so that they can save him. Kalla, Allah says, never. Innaha lava. It is a fire, flame. It is so hot. Nazza'atan lishawa, which will remove the shawa, the skin of the face. Tad'u man adbara wa tawalla. The fire will be calling whoever turned away, right? Adbara, turned away and went away. Tad'u man, turned their backs and turned away their faces. Wa jama'a fa'aw'a, and gathered and concealed. He gathered his wealth and did not give it. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll continue in our next class from verse number 19. Inshallah ta'ala, from verse number 19 to 35. 1935 in our next class. Jazakallahu khairan, barakallahu feekum, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.